How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the showcase series, and today I'm bringing you a big boy heavy poise build. Now, I did mention before that I would be showcasing a more optimized version of my dark mace build, but I thought I'd put that one on hold for a minute, considering that my last showcase was the dark mace anyway. And I've been working on the side on this dark great axe build here with this big boy, so I thought I'd showcase this one first. Now let's go straight into the status page. We're at soul level 125 as usual, using the prisoner's chain. So as you can see, those are my stats. So 40 vigor, 30 endurance, 42 vitality, 32 strength, 26 intelligence, and 30 faith. Now the dark great axe, when it's infused with the dark gem, two-handed is getting 722 AR, which is pretty damn good. And when we use the war cry weapon art ability here, guys, that AR goes up to a monstrous 752. So obviously with these bigger weapons, the main focus here is baiting out those trades, because when you do get that two-hit combo with your trades, guys, you're going to see 2/3 of your opponent's life bar disappear. Now over to the equipment page, dark great axe plus 10 there. Now in my left hand I have a Blessed Cestus plus 10 as my parrying tool, and also for that passive HP regen I have got a light crossbow plus 10 there for utility with some exploding bolts. And in my third left hand slot I have a dark longsword plus 10 there as my fast weapon option, and also dark infused so it can chip through those shield setups. Now in my second right hand slot I have the Sacred Chime of Filianor as per usual, so I can open a match with some blessed HP regen. So that is opening the match with Bountiful Light, and if I'm given time, Pray for Favor, and then switching out to that Blessed Cestus to get that HP regen stack for at least 60 seconds of the match. Pretty sure it's about 12 HP regen per tick, so that's pretty damn good here, guys. Now back over to the equipment page. In terms of armor, I've got the Black Iron Helm, the Wing Knight armor, the Wing Knight gauntlets, and Havel's leggings for a total armor poise of 45.97. Now with the Great Axe here, that it has the same breakpoints as Ultra Great Swords, I wanted to get above the 45.81 breakpoint using it, so that means I can infinitely hyper armor trade against every two-handed R1 up to and including Curved Great Swords, Ultra Great Swords, and other Great Axes. Now against Great Hammers we can tank one two-handed R1 before we get Poise broken, so we can't infinitely tank those Great Hammers, but we don't have to. We've got a lot of options for dealing with them here, guys. Now also in terms of armor, I'm a little bit more optimized here in terms of defense, or at least in terms of defense against dark damage. Now I'm going to make a separate video as well discussing optimizing for defense as well as armor poise, so you have high absorption values. Essentially when it comes down to, guys, when you optimize for defense against the weapon damage type and attack that your opponent's using, basically, in practice it increases your survivability by about 1 to 2 hits, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but when it comes to those really close matches, it can mean the difference between defeat and a clinch victory with a sliver of your health left. So I will discuss that in more detail in a future video, but essentially optimizing for high absorption values is also as important as optimizing for armor poise, and it's something that I'll take into consideration with my builds moving forward. Now, in terms of rings, we've got the Chloranthy plus 3, Prisoner's Chain, Havel's Ring plus 3, and the Ring of Favor plus 3 to round out the build here, guys. So let's go take this bad boy into the arena. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Whoop! Thought we were going to get attacked there by Ass Money 223. Luckily we weren't. Tense, scoping each other out. Going in for that running attack. And we interrupted the weapon art. GG. Alrighty, guys, straight on to the next match. Looks like we have a katana over there. Oh, we sure do. Oh no, not a katana, a curved sword. Whoop! Is it the falcon or the scimitar? One of the two. It's going to be an incredibly difficult matchup for us, that's for sure. Unless we can use our timing here for some hyper armor trades. perhaps. Switched over to the Ubadachi. There we go, nice, big, fat trade. That's what we want, guys, that's what we want. Now he's going for a, nope. Thought he was going to go for the parry there. Ooh, went for the parry again. Should have just gone for a regular trade there, guys. My bad. Nope. There we go. GG. Alrighty guys, next up in the arena. Looks like we have a Black Knight cosplayer over there. That's the Black Knight Greatsword. It's pretty cool. I'm actually a big fan of that Ultra Great. I may return to it at some point. Just got to be careful because that's the Black Knight shield there. I don't want him to go into a weapon art straight from a block. There we go. Alrighty, dancing around a little bit, it's always fun. Ooh, should have gone for 2 hits there, but I didn't. Let's see if we can try a little bit of crossbow fun here. GG. Alrighty guys, next match. So it looks like we have, what do we have over there? Is that a katana? Yep. Definitely a katana. Got to be careful with our spacing here. Whoop. Ow. Sneaky little running attack. Whoop. There we go, that's what we need. Big trade. I'm surprised he isn't abusing his running attacks a little bit more. Okay, switched over to the Valor Heart. Interesting. Still, I don't know why he wouldn't just outrange me with the katana running attack. It's very difficult to punish with such a slow weapon unless I'm really good with my timing to interrupt it by forcing a trade. But I mean, he's giving us a lot of breathing room here, guys, so we'll just reset. Oh, well, that was annoying. Whoop. Gotcha. And GG. Alrighty guys, let's go straight into the next match here. Hyper aggressive. Great shield user. With a Corvian Great Knight. GG. Alrighty guys, next up in the arena. What do we have? Ooh, scythe. Interesting. Gonna be fairly outranged here. Okay. Bit of crossbow free aiming. That was silly of me. Battle of the crossbows. Bit of chip damage there on that shield. Almost got him. And GG. Alrighty guys, next match. I wonder if he's just gonna... Thanks, man. You're a gentleman. Whoop. I think in order for those Chaos Bed Vestiges to work, you really need to be, I don't know, maybe following them up with something or shooting them before or after a certain combo or something like that. I don't know. Like, I'm not an experienced pyromancer or something like that, but just shooting them out there just sort of whenever, it doesn't really work. GG. Alrighty guys, straight on to the next match. Bang, fell right into that trade. Trying to go for that unlocked R2 after the weapon art, obviously a war cry, which changes your R2. See if we can mix it up here a little bit. Oh, we just missed. Shame. Got him there. GG. Alrighty guys, next match. Sellsword twin blades, I think. Went for that unlocked R2. Hasn't worked for me yet, but still fun to try out. GG. Alrighty guys, next match. Onyx blade. Now the good thing about the Onyx blade is it has pretty damn good reach. So we have to be good with our spacing here, guys. And obviously use our poise here to our advantage when we're given the opportunity to trade. Ooh. There we go. GG. Alrighty guys, let's go for one last match here today. Great Sword of Judgment. Cool, cool. Nice, big, chunky trade. Switched over to a straight sword. Whoop! Left us a little bit open there with that weapon art. GG. Alrighty guys, so that brings us to the end of this particular video here, taking a look at this majestic hunk of steel, the Great Axe on a dark build. Now look guys, when you can bait out those trades effectively and you get those hits in, this thing is going to do some monstrous damage, and it's especially good on a poise build. But look, there are better options in my opinion because of a few key weaknesses, namely that it's got virtually no range. Obviously it's pretty slow because it's a big heavy weapon, so no range and slowness, and plus a boring moveset as well makes it quite predictable, so there are those things there. And on top of that, it is a Great Axe, so it's going to be quite stamina intensive, so you need to stamina manage appropriately. So all those things coming together makes it a big, slow weapon that a good player can pivot around fairly easily, so you really have to get good at baiting those trades or complement it obviously with fast weapon options and crossbows in order to mitigate the weaknesses somewhat. But look guys, when you do get those baits in and you do go for those trades, it's going to hit like a goddamn truck. So it is good on your poise builds. You just have to get used to using it and obviously try and mitigate those weaknesses as best as you can. Now that brings us to the end here guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one here today. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're enjoying my content, please subscribe. And as always guys, thank you for watching. Until next time.